What's up guys, Guillaume here and welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2022 for episode number 83 of the Cannondale-Drapac career mode. In today's episode, we're going to finish the Tour de France. If you haven't seen the first episode of it, then do feel free to do so, but if you have, then let's just jump into the final 10 stages of La Grande Boucle. It's a sprint stage to kick things off between Lens and Dieppe. We are in the north of France, leaving the great town of Lens, the RC Lens, currently runner-up in the Ligue 1 as I'm speaking. +5 for Zoran Verenschel, who will try and keep his green jersey. Joël Sutter has injured himself, or at least I think he's got like a headache or something. Brian McNulty sitting in P2 of the GC, and he's going to be by far my leader because Lenny Martinez, as I had said in the first episode, despite being by far the best climber in this team, has horrendous time trial and also his fitness peak is over since stage 2, so we had to change that. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting stage. The sprint is not exactly flat. It's a terrain that suits Verenschel, but it's a terrain that also suits someone like Wout van Aert or Mathieu van der Poel or like Caleb Ewan if he's there. So yeah, things are going to be quite tricky. We're going to try and position ourselves quite well here as we approach Dieppe. We've got a hill coming up, hence the early positioning at the front of the peloton with riders able to go uphill as well. We've got John Taylor with a +5 as well, which is absolutely perfect for me. He's actually going to take the role of Zoran Verenschel here. Lenny could have potentially done something, but I may have forgotten about him when doing the lineup. 4 kilometers, let's use the gel. It's a tad late, we've dropped everyone. And it appears everyone came back, but we had for a second dropped everyone. It's going to be a huge sprint. My entire train is here. Okay. The timing of my train is slightly off. Not to say completely wrong, but we're going to try and take the stage. I think we should be able to do so rather successfully. There goes Zoran Verenschel. Can he come back on Brandon McNulty? As a matter of fact, he cannot. It's a win for Brandon McNulty today in Dieppe, ahead of Zoran Verenschel, then Joël Sutter. 1, 2, 3 for Cannondale Garmin today. We start the episode quite well. This is a huge moment. This is the one-time trial that made me switch leadership from Lenny Martinez to Brian McNulty. It's a 63-kilometer time trial between Ouistreham and the Pointe du Hoc. Heads could fall today. The gaps are already massive. I mean, there's already 7 minutes between P1 and P20. I'm pretty much convinced there won't be 7 minutes tonight between Tadej Pogačar and Brian McNulty. But should they be some gaps, hopefully they can be in my favour. If Tadej has a bad day, I'll take it. I haven't checked Brian McNulty's fitness. I guess it'll be a surprise for both you and for I. To say that I'm scared would be an understatement. Ghana has destroyed the time trial and I haven't managed to find the ideal rhythm heading into this time trial. Juan Ayuso is going to depart. Oh, it's a -1 at least for McNulty, potentially a -2 for the American. That ain't good. It's a -1. We're gonna lose probably 2 minutes today on Tadej Pogačar. I think they may just be the image that makes me lose this Tour de France. Tadej Pogačar about to catch Brandon McNulty. We're 2 minutes behind him. It's the gap I said I'd lose, I think. I was hoping that my prediction would not become true, but it appears that Brandon McNulty is going to lose more than 2 minutes today on Tadej Pogačar, which is it's a massive shame. It's a massive shame, but I've never been able to get into this time trial. Across the line, 3 minutes 10. Tadej loses 46 seconds on Ghana. We're going to lose 2 minutes 30 on the Slovenian. We're now 2:43 down in the GC, and our hopes of the yellow jersey have been reduced quite massively. Some more positive days, the +4 for Brandon. You chose your days wrong, my guy. Sadly, I think the GC is gone, although I will put my hand up. If there is one career mode where things could happen and nobody expects them to do so, it's mine. The Cannondale-Drapac has seen some wild things over the years. A comeback would not be the first in a long line of surprises. We attempted the breakaway through Nathan Richard, but Matej Mohoric did not see it positively, and he just decided to catch us. the question is now, what does he want to do? Because he keeps on pacing. I'm gonna guess for Julien Lafilippe. That would be my guess. Okay, cool. Interesting. We'll see what happens. We're in the Mur de Bretagne, so maybe there's a chance for us to gain some seconds comes the end of the stage. Okay, to go acceleration, Quinn Simmons has gone the American. Very good stats for Quinn Simmons, actually. His worst stat being downhill, time trial, and sprint with 74. That's something I had not necessarily expected from the American, but we'll try and catch him. 2 kilometers to go. The more difficult portion of the climb is obviously coming up in the few upcoming kilometers. Oh, sorry, hectometers, should I have said. Sean Quinn is going to try and propel his American teammate. Brian McNulty is being blocked here. He's being blocked. Can he do a late comeback on Mathieu Van Der Poel? Brian McNulty, it's close finish, but it's going to be a win for Brian McNulty. Gets in. Come on. More hills today in Brittany using Pontivy, Quimper, 163 kilometers. Maybe a stage for the Renverenschuld. The hills aren't as difficult as they were yesterday. But the last time I tried to sprint with Verenschuld, McNulty won. I would be open to such a result. We've started the final 8 kilometers of the stage. There are some gaps here. It is Lenny Martinez, after all, leading the train in a terrain that is not flat. Therefore, gaps were to be expected. Jasper Philipsen has also crashed. That's one less opponent for the mass sprint. Sean Quinn is going to take the lead of the peloton with Lenny Martinez stepping aside. Use the gel on everyone. Nathan Richard hasn't managed to get his water, but it should be fine for the Frenchman as long as he can propel the Renverenschuld towards a stage win. Felix Gall has also crashed. Joël Suter is going to start his effort. For some odd reason, it's not asking me to sprint, but okay, we move. Joël Suter, Nathan Richard. Oh, there's a corner I had not seen. What happened, Fox? That's a shame. That's not the corner. I did not see that corner. And Zoran did not see that there was a teammate in front of him. It's a win for Caleb Ewan, ahead of Zoran Verenschuld. And Mats Pedersen, P6 for Brian McNulty. Even more sprints. Starting to wonder when the mountain will begin on this 2028 Tour de France. But Zoran Verenschuld, it's your time to shine again. Final 8 kilometers, John Taylor is going to step aside, let Lenny Martinez through. At least that's the plan. I'm not seeing the sprinters directly where they should be. No, actually, no, it's actually quite fine. It's actually quite fine, 5.6 kilometers until we reach Rodez, a mass sprint for the first time since I think 2016 or 2017, I can't recall. But I was there. It was won by Greg van Avermaet. Alexandre Balmer has dropped Joël Suter because he got blocked. And he got blocked, and everyone's getting blocked. And Alexandre Balmer is going to be on a solo mission here. Good. Fun. Very fun. Joël Suter is going to start his efforts, with Nathan Richard needing to launch the sprint from far away. But sadly, yeah, no, it's way too far down. We just did not exist in the sprint, because Joël Suter got blocked by the train of Zwift. The Zwift, who can't even manage a top 10 with Caleb Ewan. Well done. We finally have some elevation, and we have a stage between Marvejols and Aubenas. It is the entry to the Pyrenees, the final weekend of this Tour de France. 2 minutes 10 is our gap with Tadej Pogačar, 1:45. I guess 25 seconds, 25 seconds? Maps, 25 seconds on Juan Ayuso. Have I given up? No. Brandon just triggered a fitness peak, which is great. I actually thought he already had, if I'm being honest. Apparently he didn't. So we're gonna have a fitness peak Brandon for the final 4 days. Crash, Tadej Pogačar. Tadej Pogačar has crashed. What's happening? I'm not sure really what's happening with the time gaps on the left. Zoran Verenschuld has apparently been dropped, but he's coming back. Sean Quinn got dropped, but there's no need to pace. Fuck it. Lenny. Also, I got dropped from the breakaway with Nathan Richard. It's a shame. I had a chance to win today. I'm gonna guess Tadej will come back through the entire rhythm of Liquigas. I've still asked Lenny to pace, just for the cameras, mostly. But yeah, pretty sure the Slovenian is going to make his way back into the peloton. It's taken him some kilometers, but I'm pretty sure that Tadej is going to be back in the peloton, and indeed, he is not there yet. Arnaud Delis is the last remaining soldier, but he should be able to make it. Also, the thing is, if I pace, sure, I could drop Tadej, but I may come back on Nathan Richard. So, I don't know, there's a fine thread to find, but Tadej is gonna get dropped again, I think, here. No? Alright. Let's try to get the win with Nathan Richard. Crash, Bernal, Vingegaard, P7 of the GC and P4 of the GC have crashed. These two, they may not come back. That's a bit more unfortunate for the world champion. And it's going to be a French win today in the Benas, the win of Nathan Richard. He's been quite strong the entire day, and he deservedly takes the win ahead of a breakaway of 3 riders led by Valentin Paré-Peintre. Brian McNulty is going to start his effort, but it's going to be a peloton finish for the American. Right next to Tadej Pogačar, the big losers today are named Jonas Vingegaard and Egan Bernal, who've lost the Tour de France. I stand corrected, there was another big loser today, Juan Ayuso. He was P5 this morning. Sorry, no, he was P2 this morning. He now stands P5, 5 minutes behind us. The Tour de France has never looked closer to join Tadej Pogačar. We've entered the Pyrenees with a mountain stage, Montélimar-Sisteron, and in the middle, the bold mountain, Province's giant, the Mont Ventoux. The last time the Mont Ventoux was on the Tour de France in real life, I believe the green jersey, or I mean the future green jersey, had won it. That was Wout van Aert. The current green jersey is called Nathan Richard. He's won yesterday, and he's eager to add another stage to his palmarès on this Tour de France. So he'll be in the breakaway alongside Sean Quinn. +5 for Brian McNulty. The issue is that it's so far away from the line. It's so far, I can't do anything. Because it's basically a sprint stage after the Ventoux. I'll tell you what, the stage has not been a walk in the park for the breakaway. But it turns out Nathan Richard is still with the first group. And with a 7-minute lead over the peloton, there's a strong chance and a strong case that this break could make it to the end. The back-to-back is on. I can't lie, it's this man here, Julien Alaphilippe, is causing a lot of problems. And when I say a lot, I mean a fucking huge amount. Nathan Richard is going to try and jump in all of David Gaudu, which he successfully does. I just hope that Julien loses, because he's been a dickhead. Also, you see, Remco Evenepoel, we may have just brought him back into contention to win this entire fucking thing. Nathan, why aren't you in the wheel of David? What happened? Who the fuck do you think you are? I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna lose this stage. Allez, Nathan. Allez. It's slightly uphill from now on. Take the wheel of Remco Evenepoel. 1.3k, 1.2k. Let's go. Nathan Richard. I've got by far the best acceleration, but can I hold on until the end? It's gonna be close. No, it's not. It's a win for Nathan Richard and Sisteron gets in. Only 1 +5 today, but it's the +5 that matters. We are not in the Pyrenees, despite me thinking we were going to. But we're not. We're in the Alps. Digne-les-Bains, Risoul for this 19th and final mountains? No, penultimate mountain stage, I think. Yep, because the next one is Isola-Menton. It's an interesting stage in the sense that it doesn't really look that difficult. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. I think the only way I beat Tadej is if I try something wild. Now in the past, this has been the case of, well, I think Lenny on the Giro, and mostly it revolved around one principle, which is attack from far away with your riders, then attack with your leader, bridge to those riders, and hopefully things work. Well, my plan has suffered a first issue, and that's Lenny Martinez. He was in the main break and he crashed. A gap is 9 minutes 33 with the Col de Vars coming up. Not sure what I should do. Do I drop everyone back to Lenny? I mean, I can't win the stage with these lot. Fuck it. Let's drop people back to Lenny. Try to bring Lenny back in the first group without him using too much energy. And maybe somehow I can try and bridge with Brian McNulty, but I think it's going to be difficult with such a gap. Wow! They started pacing. I died. Like, there's no other word. I died. Look at Lenny. Lenny just disappeared. That's ridiculous. I haven't seen that in a very long time. That means my plan is going to be even more difficult than it was meant to be. Because now I gotta come back, bridge to these guys, and I need these guys to have some energy for the final kilometers and the final climb. We're fucked. Let's talk about Brandon. Okay. Everyone, and I mean everyone, go wait for Brandon McNulty. There's very little chance of this plan working, but it's the only way I've got. Yeah, I think I just completely ruined my chances of doing anything. Because, well, I lost energy on the valley-ish portion. And the peloton, well, they didn't. And Dylan van Baarle has been pacing the entire day, and I'm not really sure why. But I'm pretty sure maybe he's proud of him, I don't know. But I don't really know what he did. Final kilometer and a half, the win has been played up front, and it is going to be for Matthias Schellmoser. Well done to him, and he's going to take the polka jersey, but the same way. Formolo and Nairo Rubio join him on the podium, but we've got more pressing matters, such as the general classification of this Tour de France. Gaudu has attacked with again Bernal. They're not exactly threats, so I'm fine. Oh, Tadej. Why did I attack this early? If I hadn't made that dumbass move, I could have gained maybe more time on Tadej Pogačar that I will gain on today, but it is positive ahead of tomorrow's final mountain stage. Is it a time trial for the... What's... Okay, no, it's a Haley stage at the end. Oh, you know what? We've got a gap. We've got a gap with Tadej. I'll tell you what. This stage could and should have done, or should have gone better for us, but I will take what I'll get. 2 stages left. Gap, 31 seconds. Matthias Schellmoser is third of this Tour de France. What the... Ah, it's the final mountain stage of this Tour de France, and we've seen yesterday that Tadej could crack. Tadej has cracked once. Was it a one-off? Is it a sign that I need to press on today's stage? Well, I'll try everything. I won't go in the breakaway, however. I'm going to try and do a very odd tactic of pace, and then pace even more. And it all starts at the very beginning of the Col de Saint-Martin. It's a short climb, it's a short stage. 150 kilometers, with the first 25 being downhill, and a lot of the entire stage actually being downhill. So if I want to get rid of Tadej's teammates, I need to do it quite early, and I need to do it fast. It's quite funny, someone had the exact same tactic as I did. It's them, Voxy. Their aim is simple: do what I do, but better with better teammates. They do have Pidders, Soler, Yates, Carapaz, and Bernal. It's kind of mad, because I'm pacing with Joël Suter here. Well, I've tried to pace, and no one has budged. I mean, there's only 14 riders left in the first group, so I'm guessing my rhythm is responsible for that, but Tadej is still here. I'm gonna do something. We're gonna follow the attack of Remco Evenepoel. Brandon isn't. Brandon is not gonna follow said move. I really want to see what happens, like what and who moves. It's mostly who that I'm worried about. But Lenny has gone solo. Nathan's gonna go back to protecting Mr. McNulty. Tadej is at the back end of this group, if I'm honest. Lenny also, if you could, like, I don't know, pace, that'd be great, thank you. Gap is not a lot, and the plan, well, simple. Quite simple. I'm gonna try and use Lenny later on in the stage in the final climb of this Tour de France, the Col de Castillon. I don't get why Paré-Peintre is that pressed to come back on Lenny Martinez. Genuinely, it doesn't really make sense. But he has. He has just come back at me. I don't know how we're winning this Tour. I don't think I can win this Tour de France, if I'm honest. Let's do this. Let's try to use Nathan as much as I can here, because I've got teammates and Tadej doesn't. But it's not really doing anything for me to have teammates, because none of them are doing anything genuinely useful. Attack once again of Lenny Martinez. This time Brandon is in the wheel. This time Tadej has to answer. Tadej has to respond to this. Is it a Hail Mary? Yes. Could it be the Hail Mary? That's what I'm hoping for. Whereas Tadej, once again, is not exactly following in the attack. He's gonna let Hugo Giquel do the work for some odd reason, because Hugo Giquel appears to be I don't know, a criminal. Because it's the only reason I can find as to why someone would want Tadej to win yet another Tour de France, probably like the 53rd since he was born. 22nd is our lead with the peloton, and it's now all downhill towards the Menton. Tell you what, Hugo Giquel really does not want me to win. I genuinely don't know why. But he is pacing, and actually he's been attacking for about 15 fucking yards. Yards, that's not a lot. 15 fucking kilometers. Just trying to chase me down. Again, not sure why. But he's really, really bound on defeating me. Hugo, just stop. Thank you. Genuinely, thank you. Lenny has been low-key dropped. That's fine. Brandon is going to take the stage, I think. Am I even going to lose the stage? Oh, that'd be sad. I just hope if I lose it, Hugo doesn't win it. No, it's fine. Hugo Giquel doesn't win it. It's a win for Brandon McNulty. Maybe what, 15 seconds with bonus on Tadej? I guess I'll take it. I need to do a lot of work tomorrow. It's not a good day for everyone as we start the final stage of this Tour de France. Yesterday, the gap with Tadej is not, wasn't 15 seconds, it was a bit more than that, meaning that we are 5 seconds behind the Slovenian heading into this final stage between Monaco and Nice. That means a second place today in Nice grants me the yellow jersey of the Tour de France. Well, that's the aim today. That's what we're fighting for. We're fighting to get at least P2 with Brandon. We're fighting to get the yellow jersey. That would be 2 Grand Tours, maybe 3 Grand Tours out of 3 so far, with 1 more left to go. Crash in the peloton. John Taylor, Balma, but mostly Tadej Pogačar. Lad, I'm pacing. However, because I was pacing already in the peloton, I would not see of a very bad eye for me to just accelerate. Please. There we go. Come on. Now we're talking. Liquid gas, lads, if you want to do something, that's your chance. We've got Nathan Richard pacing for the final 16 kilometers of this race. Matter of fact, I'll try and get Lenny to use the last remaining energy that he's got. Tadej is still here, obviously, well and truly, and that's not going to change. The aim is, as I said, quite simple. Just finish P2. If I can have Nathan Richard lead Brandon, or even better, maybe Brandon leading out Nathan Richard, I think I could have just enough to clinch the yellow jersey. I cannot let anyone leave, and that's Stian Freiheim. Sorry, lad. Sorry, I cannot let you go. Tadej trying to follow McNulty. There's a gap. There's a gap here. Come on. Ali Brandon. This is difficult. This is close. Tadej is right in my wheel. As if this has been written as some sort of script. The thing is, if Tadej finishes on the podium, I have to be first. Well, that changes things. That changes everything. Because it means I need to win with Brandon McNulty. Let's have Nathan Richard in my wheel. Safe. No, it's flat. I can't have him in my wheel. That'd be dumb. That'd be quite stupid. Oh, I'm panicking. I am literally panicking. I don't know what to do. Nathan Richard is gonna lead out this group of 4 here. Stian Friedheim has the opportunity to do something really funny. Nathan Richard leads out. Brandon McNulty goes. Brandon McNulty. Brandon is gonna take the win. Wait, hold up. Do I play for the cameras or not? Okay. I'm on the cameras. Nathan Richard wins in Nice ahead of Stian Friedheim and Tadej Pogačar. But I think I win by 1 second the Tour de France. I think. If I choked this, I'm the dumbest man alive. Oh god. No, there's gaps with Tadej. We've won the Tour de France. Like what? 15? That's gonna be 17. Subtract 5, that's gonna be 12. Plus, I think 13 seconds? First of all, the mathematics on my brain are quite remarkable, but also, yes! Yes! Schellemose P3 though, big ups. Schellemose also wins the polka dot jersey. Nathan Richard leads the green ahead of McNulty and Veranchel, domination by Cannondale-Drapac. Hugo Giquel is in white, and we've the best team. I did not think we'd win the Tour de France, not after the time trial. And I usually saying that like this save is nuts and we do random mental things that work, but on this one, there wasn't a lot of mental things that we had to do. It just played out the way I needed to. And we win the Tour de France by 13 seconds over Tadej Pogačar and 2:47 over Matthias Schellemose in a Tour de France that was quite close, with P10 only being 7 minutes off. And sure, granted, a lot of breakaways did help making that top 10. I mean, just look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We've won 10 out of 21 stages on this Tour de France. But that means we have 2 out of the 3 main Grand Tours, and we've got 3 out of 4. The last one is the Vuelta. I'm trying to think, but it could be for the next episode. The reason behind is that PCM 23 is around the corner, and I'd like to finish the save, so I think I'll do Vuelta for the next episode, then Vuelta, then World Championship, and a final goodbye to the save. But yeah, we've won the fucking Tour de France. Have that. If you've enjoyed today's episode, then please leave a like down below. If you're new to the channel and want to see more of this content going forward, then feel free to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the very, very near future. My name is Guillaume. Have an amazing day. See ya. Pass me the funk.